And now to make that walk, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome back to ESPN, Koos Sibiya!
Ladies and gentlemen, enter the last, the great warrior, Koos Sibiya. He's getting ready for an 8th round junior lightweight war. 45 fights is what you're looking at in the form of this gentleman. 25 wins, of course. He's no stranger to raising his hand. Coming off a 3-loss fight streak. However, it's not reflective of how good this man is. The guys that have beaten him, Stephen Bakwasi, Bowen Duliabe, Zorato Petrosman, these guys are undefeated. You also have Bilam Ponchani, who's 14-1. So these guys that have beaten him, look, he's fought against classy fighters. Do not be fooled by his three-loss fight streak.
I was about to say, Koos, I mean, he lost on ESPN Africa, but he lost to Bakwasi in a very, very close fight. You know, it wasn't a shameful loss at all. In fact, Koos also could have easily had his hand raised that same night. That's how good he was.
It was a very, very tight fight. Back on the ESPN platform, he's not going to be phased at all. Not going to be phased by the lights, by the music, by the fame. You know, he looks right at home in the ring.
Ladies and gentlemen, this bout to go a distance of 8 rounds in the lightweight division, and it's sanctioned by Boxing South Africa. Your supervisor at ringside, Hawks Ramachole. Your timekeeper, Coleman Malefe. Your ringside physicians, Dr. Selebe and Khadebe. The 3 judges scoring the bouts, Rian Janssen van Rensburg, Siobole Lamani, and Cypriel Ndaba. The referee in charge of the action at the bell, Tony Nyangiwe. Introducing to you first, he'll be fighting out of the red corner with the trunk colors of white and gold. Weighing in at 58.65 kilograms with a professional record, 8 wins, 3 losses, 5 big wins come by way of a knockout. He fights out of Pretoria in Gauteng. Ladies and gentlemen, introducing Lucky the Genius Monyebane. And his opponent will be working out of the blue corner with the trunk colors of all camouflage. Weighing in at 58.8 kilograms with an excellent professional record. 23 wins, 17 losses, 5 draws, 3 big wins come by way of knockout. He fights out of Mpumalanga. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome back the last great warrior, Koos Sibiya. Fighters toe the line. Tony Nyangiwe, you are in charge.
What's up? What's up? Remember talking to the immediate judo. Obey my commands all the time. Shake hands. Good luck, guys.
Wow, just anticipation for this one. You heard Lucky Monyebane's crowd singing on the one side.
Oh man,
they're up for it.
I am super excited. This man, Lucky Monyebane, you are looking at a man who represents a whole community, and that community is the community of Hammanskraal in Pretoria North, you know. So they'll be keeping an eye on the screens. Welcome to that community as well. Good luck to you guys. Oh man, it's gonna be war.
So this fight, I mean, a lot of people would say, Lucky's on the upcoming circuit, he's gonna come up here and put on a performance, but Koos is no easy fight. And you can see those tassels there on his shoes as well, nice and flashy there. Koos Sibiya is a strong man.
He really is. He's a strong man. He's 41 years old. He is, he really is a man in all rights of the word. And in terms of experience, wow, 45 fights.
And for the people back at home, if you have not yet, now is the time. Hashtag ESPN Africa Boxing, all the social media platforms, get it out there, get your word out.
Beautiful work to the body there by Koos Sibiya. There's another right hook there going to the body.
That was a good right hook to the body.
I find that Lucky is leaving. He's got quite a high guard when he senses his opponent coming in, and that just leaves that space open on his trunk for the last great warrior.
Yeah, you see, Lucky's just controlling the narrative there. He was just twisting him around, making sure that the angle was just right for him. It's like Lucky's got something different in this fight from some of his previous bouts.
Lucky's looking very relaxed, and rightfully so, because he's got a lot of experience in the ring.
Now, a lot of people wouldn't have noticed that, but Lucky made sure when he was in that situation where they both clashed, he was the one on top, because you know what? It tires the man that's on the bottom to try and hold up that weight. Yeah. It's a strategy, especially for round fights. Great inside work there. You can see Koos's experience. He's just tying Lucky up. He's making it a nasty fight, not allowing Lucky to express himself.
I do find that the guys are coming in, and I'm afraid that there might be a clash of heads over there. They just need to watch their heads.
Yeah, there again. That's a good, well identified.
Oh,
Koos Sibiya with some great work there.
beautiful work. I mean, it's quite a shame, to have any injuries due to a clash of heads, which quite often happens in this game.
The big difference between these two is Koos has been there and done that. He's been all over the world. He's a veteran of the game, and you can see that he's unfazed. You can't even see him slipping. He's just there, and he's confident.
No, certainly. I mean, he doesn't move his head more than he has to. He's a great preserver of energy. He's not falling for the feints of Lucky Monyebane over there.
Now you see what Lucky's doing with his right arm there. He's baiting Sibiya to come in and do something silly. He's trying to encourage him to come in just like that. Just didn't go right for him. And as he missed that left hand, he twists, he's evading, he's getting out because he knows Sibiya has been holding in the early exchanges.
Yeah, no, certainly. He knows that Sibiya does have that power. Look, he's not a knockout artist, Koos Sibiya. He's only got 3 knockouts in his career of 45 fights. So not really a knockout artist, but yeah, still, I mean, if you get that button, if you right on the button, you're out. Right
and you can, yeah, exactly. If you hit that button, anyone can go, right?
Anyone can go.
Well, I mean, looking at that first round, just a feel-out round for both guys. I don't think anything spectacular was coming out there. And, Koos has been knocked out in the past as well. And, quietly in a conversation, Lucky Monyebane says he wanted to do that tonight. And let's have a look at some of that slow motion actually from that round.
Look, Hayden, you see Lucky over there just missing with the hook and then landing his left hook over there. Listen, what I wanted to say about Lucky, he's doing some intricate things right now. It might not look like it, but just with that jab, the way he's pulling out, he's changing gears, he's able to maintain range with his feet, he's able to step back and just get out of the way, roll. You saw that little twist that he did when he stepped around his opponent coming in. He's doing 5 different things right now and just shuffling through them and adapting to Koos's game.
He's very technical. You're right. Picking up those sort of things, and it's nice that you mentioned that because there's a lot more to it. A lot of people see just the basics, like him flicking a jab like that, but there's a setup coming as a result of that.
I definitely think so. The Rothman camp, I think we have to give them some credit for his calmness and just multi-layered style right now.
Oh man, you can see the confidence of Lucky Monyebane rising as we speak. Beautiful ripping right hook to the body there for Sibiya.
And you see Sibiya coming forward with the jab, and the right hand that connected there. Lucky's twisting and turning. He's getting his movements. He's feeling like he's getting a bit warmer. He's getting very comfortable in there right now.
He certainly is getting comfortable, using great footwork, great angles every time he punches. He's never in the same line that he was when he released.
All right, if we have to go according to an interview that he said, he did say his coach wants to see something. He wants points for this fight. But I think that's a little bit of mind games from Monyebane. I think deep down he's going to want to try be one of the guys that can stop Koos Sibiya. Not many have.
I mean, not many have. It's been 15 guys, but when you're talking about stoppages, he has been stopped 4 times. His chin has been tested, as Koos Sibiya, and I think Lucky Monyebane right now wants to be the 5th guy to knock him down.
Yeah, that's what I meant. I mean, he wants to be one of the guys that gets the knockout there. Koos had a rough, last couple of years. He started off also as a prospect like any other guy, and he's just been taking some fights in Russia, and those sort of bad fights that you shouldn't probably take. But I mean, he's still one of the toughest guys going around.
No, certainly. I mean, again, 45 fights in his professional career. Obviously, before that, you had a lengthy amateur career as well. So he's been in the ring a long time. This is a very, very experienced customer in front of Lucky Monyebane.
Monyebane telegraphing. He's trying to time that left hand as well. Ricky, have you noticed anything different in this round?
Koos Sibiya, man, I must say he has been around the block, but Lucky's looking like the veteran right now. What I've noticed is he keeps shifting into different just using different options. If he's not jabbing and standing there, he's quickly shifting back and getting out the way of a punch. If he's not doing that, he's coming back in, moving his head, trying to open gaps. It's very interesting, and watching him back in the day from Emperors, he's a new fighter almost.
Lucky Monyebane is very, very alert. I'm loving the feints that he employs in his punches, just making Koos move, making him breathe irregularly as well. It's part of the fine art. I'm loving those feints that he has.
Great distance control. They see Monyebane coming in and scoring there and getting out and winning the exchange, because when you do that, that's the last impression you leave on the judges, is that your opponent's missing and you're connecting.
Nice crisp punches there to the body by Lucky Monyebane. Genius, absolute genius.
And you can see Talent Baloyi in the crowd there, stablemate of Monyebane as well, supporting his teammate there. Talent Baloyi, an undefeated lightweight fighter there in the NASA shirt there in the orange.
Looking quite relaxed as well.
Looking quite relaxed. Then you can see Sebastian Rothman just taking his time with Lucky. He's not panicking. Look at Charit Mokeledi. He's instructing Sibiya. He's saying, do this, do that, do this. He obviously senses that that Sibiya needs a little bit more tactical instruction. Rothman's controlling the situation. Mokeledi at the moment, I think he's panicking a bit because he's got to come back up here. Yeah, what an awesome start. It's been a feel-out. Round number 2 was a little bit more than round number 1.
So Hayden, I'm looking at Koos Sibiya's corner, and like you said, his cornerman is telling him, is giving a few instructions. There you have Chris the Wolf Thompson, current heavyweight South African champion, and of course his trainer next to him, Shannon the Hitman.
A lot of other amazing guests in the crowd there as well in the shots. And we're back out in round number 3. We didn't have any highlights for you in that round, but obviously the boxers out there doing some work. So we'll bring you in here, Ricky. I mean, what did you think of round number 2?
I thought it was an interesting round, I thought Lucky controlled it really well. I thought that he, again, just managing the distance really well, doing what he wants to, when he wants to. And then even coming this round, you should see Koos coming out explosive and trying to let the hands go. Lucky just saying, not today. Let me manage it at this pace rather.
Koos Sibiya switched to southpaw. I mean, that's interesting.
That really is interesting. I wonder what the strategy is in there in terms of switching to southpaw. Look, he's one thing I have noticed is that Lucky is not willing for Koos to tee off on him. The moment he comes close, he smothers him.
It's going to be interesting to see if Sibiya is able to get some advantages, because Monyebane would have definitely been sparring for an orthodox fighter for this one. I haven't seen Sibiya do this very often. Mind games.
Well, maybe he's digging into that experience pockets and he sees perhaps seeing something that he might be successful at.
Look, the one thing that's lacking is the southpaw stance is a good jab. Sibiya in the orthodox stance is throwing a good jab. Here he's trying to force the left hand. There's a jab from him, as I say that.
Look, that right jab, I think because he's originally an orthodox fighter, might be slightly slower, however, also more powerful.
It would be interesting to know if they prepared them this way. Did they use this in the training camp, saying this is a tool we can use to maybe throw Monyebane off his game?
But what does that say for Koos? Does that mean that they recognize he's losing? Is it something that's you wouldn't make an adjustment to something if you feel like it's working?
Look, sometimes courts or some trainers will say, listen, we're going to switch it up to round 3. In round 3 we're going to switch it up to a southpaw. We're going to change it up. We're going to keep confusing this guy. He never prepared for us like this. He's preparing for the Koos Sibiya he saw against Stephen Pakwasi in the beginning of the year.
I would argue that, and I would agree with you, if I felt that Lucky Monyebane was losing and they want to keep that edge and keep Lucky guessing. However, I do not think that's the case. I think this is now an experimental action to say, let's see if we turn southpaw, let's see if we're gonna gain some favor.
But you know what? With training as well, a lot of it is premeditated as well. It's in the game plan. You always hear boxing trainers saying, "We got a game plan. We got a game plan." And I don't think he would be switching it up unless they were working on it in some way. They wouldn't say, "Koos, switch to southpaw" if he couldn't do it.
No, certainly. You have 45 fights to know if you can fight to southpaw or not.
He probably sparred many years as a southpaw as well, a veteran of the sport. We've seen guys like Boyd Allen switching, we saw him doing that. He looks very strong at southpaw, but he's limited at southpaw.
He is limited, however, he's not being touched as much as if he was in an orthodox position.
Yeah, nice It's round 3. No explosions or no big moments there, but just a grinding round for Monyebane.
Look, I think it was expected. It's not as if we have two knockout artists over here. We've got a gentleman in the form of Koos Sibiya. He's only had like 3 knockouts in his wins, so we're not expecting any kitchen sinks to be thrown. It's more tactical.
Yeah, let's have a look at some of that highlight, slow motion action from that last round.
All right, gentlemen. So there you got Lucky throwing that lovely little jab and then that overhand round which misses. Koos just slipping under and rolling. Touching with that jab from Lucky. And it's been the pace of the fight, you know. He's kind of kept it at a nice low pace. A nice short little tight jab comes in there from Koos. Double jab right hand. So the pressure was definitely there, and it showed in that highlights that he applied a little bit more. Koos, he's gaining some traction.
Maybe. I mean, the southpaw. I mean, he never changed in the whole round. You know, he stayed at southpaw, so it could have been a tactical instruction from his trainer. He's coming out, he's remaining in southpaw. That's interesting, Kotso.
Interesting, and like I said, in the last round, he didn't take as much punishment as in the previous rounds when he was in orthodox position.
Man, this is mind games for you. No ways would Monyebane have prepared for this.
It looks like he wants to go to the body. And you know, when he was when Koos was in orthodox position, I noticed that Lucky was circling to the right, and he had a lot of success with that right hook. Right now, it looks like, Koos is keeping a decent left guard. That right hook is not as effective. And now, Koos's right hand is getting ready for, it's packed for body shots. I think he wants his body. He wants to go to the body of Lucky Monyebane.
There we go, and right there, he lands the left hook to the body there. Good shot there from Monyebane. Just caught Sibiya as he came in there. Good timing. He's the snappier of the punches. He's quicker. He's Monyebane, the younger man. So he's going to have to use that to his advantage there. A really good right hook there as well from Monyebane.
Right, so you're having more success now from Koos Sibiya to the body of Monyebane. Perhaps that's what he's looking for.
As I said before, looks like it startled Monyebane a little bit, the switch to southpaw. You know, it's not something they would have prepared for. So Ricky, southpaw versus southpaw, notoriously some of the most boring matchups in the history of boxing have been southpaw versus southpaw. What do you think of this?
I think the idea behind that is because a lot of southpaw guys are quite technical. You know, they are quite technical in their style. So it becomes a chess match and a slow-paced one. With the Lucky being the younger fighter, and then you got Koos as the older gentleman, it looks like Koos is going to come on now and use his experience and really start to, just slowly chip away at Lucky.
Yeah, you got to like what Sibiya's been doing since okay, there you go. Monyebane tagged him on that occasion, but look for a second there, like he was going back. He's kind of square at times in southpaw. It's not really like a natural thing for him. You saw that there. Every time he moves up, he just squares up a little bit. He becomes a wider target for Monyebane there. Monyebane working nicely. I mean, Sibiya's evading, but again, it's like, there we go. He's being pushed down again. It's
very, very smart by Lucky. He just applied a bit of pressure and walked away, hoping that the referee wouldn't even spot it.
Monyebane is a scoring puncher, he's not a concussive knockout puncher. He's just someone that wants to get in and get out.
And with that, there's a lot of action, and like again, I said, with the ESPN platform and this high-level boxing, as a boxing fan, you're absolutely being spoiled.
When I went in the ring earlier just to stand on the canvas and test out, it's a very springy ring, this one. So, for movers, it's a bit of a difficult one because you're going to get stuck up there. But if you want more of a flat toe, but Monyebane is a mover, for example, so it favors Sibiya a little bit more.
No, certainly. So you have the debate of the mover versus the planter. It is quite a springy platform that you have there, the ESPN ring. Who would you think it would favor?
In this fight, Koos Sibiya, this type of ring fits him because Lucky's not going to want to run because he's going to get his feet stuck, especially if he's running along the ropes, and throughout the middle you'll see just the creases. Very technical. If you see the creases there on the ring, you'll see that that's the part where it's most springy. Let's have a look at some of that highlights from that round number 4 right there at the halfway mark.
All right, so that hustle jab kind of pouring out there to find a nice left hand straight down the middle from Lucky. He keeps popping that jab out there, which is a great way to keep distance. Koos also firing forward with 3 straight punches and landing on the chin. So he's trying to take the play away. Quite an equal round in my favor.
Yeah, very equal round. And just after the break, we're going to be, just after the fourth round, I shouldn't say the break, just we're going to get your unofficial scorecard, but we're just going to wait for the halfway points and just having a look at some cutaways from the shot, the crowd right there in that shot. Nice crowd in today, gentlemen.
Beautiful crowd. It's a very, very compact venue as well, you know. Makes it feel very, very intimate. When it gets lively, it gets very loud.
All right, so well, I was teasing to this moment, but Ricky Shabalala, please let us know that unofficial scorecard.
All right, gentlemen. So listen, it's been an intriguing matchup. It's been a chess game, and I've got it 37 to 40 in favor of Lucky
Monyebane.
37-39 there from Ricky Shabalala there. Yeah, so that's that gives Monyebane the edge going into the second half of the fight, Koos.
It certainly does. We're not watching a different match, Ricky. I'm glad to say.
100%, man. I'm intrigued. My mind is on the boxing right now. The guys are doing great.
Look, we've had Hayden earlier on, and I know you were very, very, you were quite irritated by that, the result. But I see this, just within context of this bout, I see it going the full length, and I see it going back into the judges' hands. What do you think is going to happen? First of all, you have the guys that you think is taking it right now. You have Lucky Monyebane. What would you tell Lucky? Considering the results we had earlier on?
Well, look, Lucky's trainer would immediately have identified that Koos Sibiya's gone back to orthodox again. There's obviously been, that's what I said about premeditated. It looks like it's a two-round thing. And, sometimes it's in the training camps. I've been in many of the boxing gyms, seen many of the trainers, and some of them do that. Some of them go straight for that tactic. And if I'm Lucky, if I'm Sebastian Rothman, I'm saying keep controlling and steering him, because he's steering him and keeping Sibiya very square. If you see Sibiya, he's very shell-like when he's like this, when Monyebane is controlling it. Yeah.
But again, it's Monyebane controlling it. It's not just the punches, not just teeing off first. But what does he do? He makes that angle. He steps to the right, and that's what makes Koos Sibiya try and catch up with him, and then he has to square up.
Sibiya's tough, man. He's tough. But you just see the first nosebleed is coming from Sibiya, so it must have happened in that flurry when Monyebane was opening up on him a little bit earlier.
I'm loving the great shoulder roll there by Lucky Monyebane. He gets caught there with a brilliant right hand by Koos Sibiya.
Good right hand.
Good reply.
That's what you call an unassuming right hand. He's under the pump, he throws it, and all of a sudden it just takes away the momentum of Monyebane. Monyebane now has to reset, recalculate.
Straight down the pipe, and of course you can see immediately the confidence of Koos Sibiya.
I'm seeing Monyebane opening up now. I'm seeing more confidence in him. I feel like I think Ricky coined it earlier, he's looking like the veteran, That's basically how I'm seeing it now. Monyebane is looking more comfortable.
I certainly would agree, he is looking very comfortable, very relaxed. Eyes open, but very, he's teeing off first. He's carrying off his strategy as he wants.
Yeah, Monyebane.
It's a war.
Monyebane, right? I think Monyebane definitely won that one. I think that was he switched back to orthodox. It didn't really work out for him, that one. It'll be interesting to see if they alter it again, if I keep switching. How do you, at this point, how do you game plan it? So let's have a look at some of that action there in the slow motion action since he turned back to orthodox.
Loving the last round's work, guys. Lucky, the one thing I was looking for, I was liking the performance, but I needed that aggression, and he brought it this round. You see their Koos kind of exchanging, Lucky weaving off and keeping the eyes open as he leans back. 1, 2, 3 punches comes from Lucky, and Koos coming back as well with his own shots. But then again, exchange comes from Koos. Lucky catches on the guard. They tie up, and it was a round of exchanges. Like you got the best of it, especially at the end of that highlights package.
Yeah, very interesting, sort of a half chess match there, because there is a lot of blocking and punching, and the guys are just trying to work each other out. Look there again, Lucky's sort of measured his jab a lot better. He's finding a home for it. Before he was pouring out, so using it as a setup for that left hook, but now he's just sort of using the jab as a weapon there. Look at how he's doing. Earlier it's what we saw Anisha Bashir doing.
Beautiful angular punch there. That uppercut coming from Lucky Monyebane. Very crisp, very intelligent. Great fight IQ displayed there from Lucky Monyebane.
So if you look at what Lucky's done in the last couple of rounds, he's using angles, and that's not what we've seen thus far in the evening. You know, the angles have been limited. You know, boxes are coming straight at each other. Lucky's twisting and turning, and if you check, every time he throws the right hook, he's twisting, and he's getting around Sibiya, because why? He doesn't want to be there for when Sibiya's throwing the right hand.
He's extremely elusive as Lucky Monyebane, but you know, like I said, very, very intelligent. Great preparation for this fight.
Ricky, let's talk to the technical side of the fight. I mean, Sibiya's boxing an okay fight, I would say. You know, an average performance here today. I mean, I've seen him better in the past. What do you think he needs to do here?
Look, Sibiya, first of all, I think you should go southpaw.
It was working.
First of all, you know, because it was working, it was effective. He changed and Lucky jumped on him. I'm not sure if there was if that was the reason, but he jumped on him nonetheless, and I wish coach could have noticed that and adjusted.
Yeah, I definitely think so.
You know, Ricky, you took the words right out of my mouth. I'd love to see him fight at southpaw again. He was getting less punishment. He was able to smother Lucky, and you know, he was able to get in there. But now he's back to the orthodox.
Lucky's sort of fighting with the spirits of Haman's Kraal. You see his whole crowds there, they're cheering. You know, he's a confidence fighter. You know, he sees his crowd there, they're all supporting him, and he's reveling in the moment.
A character like him is very, very good for the sport. You know, he gets the people talking. He's the fighting pride of Haman's Kraal right now, and the crowd definitely shows that.
I mean, we spoke about it. He's the only active boxer from the region, you know, so he's representing, you know, he's the only guy from there, so you can imagine the sort of support he gets. Man, oh man. Last 38 seconds of this round, and Koos has got to do something like that. Right hand, great effective right hand over the top. Again, nice punch on the inside there from Sibiya. But the tying up, it's too much.
Look, I think, you know, it's getting into the later rounds now. Sibiya really has to leave something worthwhile in the mind of the judges. If it's going to go the full round, you know, he's going to have to throw caution to the air, to the wind.
Yeah, no, indeed. I think for now it's difficult for him I think even for his trainer to say he's far behind. I mean, there's still going to be 2 more rounds, but if it's still happening this way into the last round, he's going to have to throw that haymaker. He's going to have to hope for the best.
Yeah, he's going to have to put a kitchen sink in that glove and go for broke.
Yeah, gentlemen, you saw that there's a boxing game coming out on PlayStation and Xbox this year. It starts to come out, and it will be fun to see some of our boxers on that platform as well, seeing the e-gamers and whatnot going at it.
Interesting.
We do have a few international prospects on home ground, so it will be interesting to see a few boxers there on the game.
Let's have a look at some of that slow motion action from that round.
Hey guys, I must say Monyebane is dangerous right now. He turned up the heat and he kept the technique. You know what I'm saying? He's touching to the body, rips a right hook to the body, touches up, touch with the jab to keep him at bay. And even as they clinch up in there, it feels like there's something. He kind of evades, pulls his jab, and then comes over with a nice long left straight punch, which lands. So yeah, effective stuff, man, at all ranges.
And you think Rick's, I mean, they're just very comfortable in there. Do you think he's just going to cruise this one? He's going to try at least to do that?
I'd like to see him not cruise. I'd like to see him press it, because he's doing well right now, and he did say he wanted to go for that SA title. So I'd like, and you know, show himself as well that he can pick the pace up.
Big left hand there, Monyebane. But now Sibiya and Monyebane coming out of their shells, and all of a sudden deciding it's time to get on with this.
Oh goodness, high pace action at the beginning of the round. Look at the confidence from Lucky Monyebane, the genius.
And you know what? You know, we always do this, but like matchups, man. Like Stephen Begwazi was there at the beginning of the year. I mean, it's not just the SA title. We can also throw Begwazi into the mix as well and say, could we maybe get a Lucky Monyebane-Begwazi fight?
Oh, that would be an absolute firecracker. I mean, obviously we saw, you know, Bakwasi here. You know, Bakwasi is one of those guys who, you know, we've seen on the platform. He did well. So, yeah, why not?
Yeah, and also Sibiya's going to be here. He's going to want to upset. He's going to want to upset Lucky's plans here at the moment. That's what he's basically going to be doing at this point, because, Koos, he's been around for a while. He's had the dreams, the hopes. Monyebane is still the guy that wants to capture all those dreams and hopes. He wants to be a titleist, like Sibiya was.
Certainly, and of course, talking about Stephen Bakwasi, he's 6-1, and we saw him on the ESPN platform. It would be lovely to see, Lucky Monyebane versus Stephen Bakwasi.
There's so many matchups at the moment, Koos, and you know how many opportunities ESPN Africa is making. You know how many different guys have been exposed to the sport of boxing, how many different people are learning about our boxers, and it's all because of this month-end show, ESPN Africa Boxing. I mean, it's bringing eyeballs and it's bringing celebrities out to the event. Everyone wants to know what's going on here.
Look, we call it ESPN Africa Boxing. However, we have 160 million households watching around the world. You've got Europe, you've got Asia, you've got South America. So welcome to everybody that's watching.
Yeah, welcome to everyone that is watching, and hopefully you're enjoying the action out here in South Africa. It's showing some of the best boxers on the continent squaring off, and again, this round, sort of towards the end of the round, a little bit of hitting and holding again, gentlemen, but there's so much intention at the beginning of it.
Yeah, no, certainly referee Tony Nyangiwe has been given quite a bit of work by both boxers. Hitting, holding. Ricky, in that instance, you just got to keep your composure, right? Especially if your opponent's trying to frustrate you.
Definitely. Composure is everything. You were saying earlier about Lucky, leaning down on his opponent. When you get into those exchanges and you're holding each other and you're wrestling and you're fighting, you're getting gassed, you're getting tired. So composure is everything. Cool, calm, and relax, and kind of, just take it wave by wave.
Yeah, this is a nice. Lucky. He's just been doing it the whole night, and you see, someone's head could have gone off in that instance. Yep. Both are throwing straight down the barrel. Ladies and gentlemen, that is 7 rounds in the book we've seen there. So we're about to enter into our final round. Coming up here, gentlemen, just thoughts going into this final round.
Oh, goodness. Koos Sibiya. Man, what can I say? The man needs to throw caution again. He needs to throw caution to the wind. He needs to make it his own fight. Bully Lucky. Find something. Make him reckless. And, and pray for the best.
So guys, we're here with this highlights again, and you got Lucky really just exploding with those straight punches, short tight hooks when he gets closer, and rolling, slipping, and defending all the punches coming from Sibiya. Sibiya's doing his best as well. He's catching, he's guarding, and he's definitely a veteran. He's got a slick style to him. We've got to give him credit for being in here and posing a real threat to Lucky. I don't think it's been an easy fight, but I see Lucky, getting the job done round by round.
All right, so here we go, the very final round in this 8th round, the junior lightweight battle.
All right, the experienced Sibiya needs to throw caution to the wind. He needs to go after this one. He needs to take ownership of it. Lucky needs to see off his opponent. Also, can't go too much on the back foot. He needs to still show that he's in this one. But he should be fine.
He should be fine, Hayden. Both guys are still looking very, very alert. Not looking downtrodden or beaten at all. Still looking quite fresh, in fact. It's luckily Monyebane. I'm loving those feints as well. I absolutely love that style where you make your opponent tired even without hitting him. So it's very, very smart.
And there's Tony Nyangiwe earning his wages tonight. He's getting very involved.
All right, and I love to see that. I love to see Koos making, getting in there and bullying Lucky Monyebane. That's what he needs to do.
I'm surprised. It's hard to see who's the guy holding. Is it Sibiya?
Look, I think it's strategic on Lucky Monyebane's side. You tee off and stop him from replying.
I'm surprised because usually in an instance like this, the referee will say stop holding, and then stop warning guys, and it opens the fight back up again.
I do think that referee Tony Nyangiwe is slightly lenient to the guys, but also it hasn't been atrocious amounts of holding. Still great respect to the guys. They came here to fight and they're doing so.
Yeah, no point warning someone in the 8th round as well. I think it's a bit late in the fight to be doing such things. Let the guys just finish the fights and let's see who comes out on top. But we've got a minute and a half left. Anything could happen in this last minute and a half.
No, certainly. And what we're looking, and the person we're looking for something to happen from is certainly Koos, because you know what? Unofficially, he's behind.
nice shot there on the camera just above the ring, just to see like the whole, how big that ring is and what the guys can actually be working with.
Oh, Lucky needs to be careful there. Keep those hands up all times.
Well, you'll hear the crowd support just behind us, Koos. Lucky. There they are on the screen right there. Lucky. And there's Talent Baloyi there as well, as I mentioned earlier. One of the best lightweights in the country.
So clearly,
lightweights.
Yeah, it clearly believes in the skills and the skills of Lucky Monyebane. Lucky looking very, very intense and focused on just finishing this bout on a high and showing the judges that he deserves to be here on the ESPN platform.
Yeah, he does. And it's been a long time coming, Monyebane being on the platform as well. Fought on a very good card in the last one as well, with Casper on the wrist and the card showing off there. But now he's got a chance here on ESPN as well and capture the eyes of many.
No, certainly, and I'm loving the jab that he just keeps on shooting out there.
Very nice, very nice. I think it's comfortable. 10-second clapper will start now. There we go. And now Lucky just needs to stave off any serious threats.
There we go. A pre-end hug from both gentlemen. And there we have it, ladies and gentlemen. It's been an 8-round junior lightweight war between Koos, the great warrior Sibiya, and lucky genius Monyebane. Who's going to raise his hand in victory?
Well, Sibiya's got a big smile on his face, and Lucky on the other hand, he's gone straight to his crouch. What am I even saying? He's gone straight jumped up on the rope.
What a showman.
Hey, look at that dance. Hey, serious, this guy.
Was he even in a fight?
I don't know, man. I think this is a dancing competition
He
here,
is
man.
such a character, and we love to see it here on the ESPN Africa Boxing.
Nah, very good stuff right there. Props to both guys. They gave us a fight here. Sibiya, he's always going to come in. He's never going to be an easy fight for nobody. Let me put it that way.
No, certainly a shout out to AV Nisi for for putting the fight card together. Very, very well done. It's been nothing short of exciting tonight.
No, that's it. The best matchmaker in the country. That's no doubt. And
I think that should be his tagline, actually.
You're starting again, Koos. All right, let's get some of that slow motion action from that round.
And what a lovely 8 rounds from both gentlemen. You see Koos really coming forward and wanting to establish something, hunting for and looking for a shot, coming forward with 1, 2, 3, 4 straight punches. Lucky was almost forced to have to fight this round. And it was a close battle, a lot of close exchanges, a lot of punches missed, but entertaining stuff nonetheless.
And there's Mr. Jabulani Mackenzie, the welterweight himself, also supporting his teammate Lucky Monyebane as well. There he is in the white jacket there on the right, right in the middle of the screen. There's Jabulani Mackenzie. He's a welterweight that's featured on ESPN Africa already twice and getting 2 devastating knockouts, one over Philip Musariri and the other one over Paul King Kamanga. Now he calls himself Paul King Kamanga in the last event.
Yeah, no, he's almost a veteran now, the second time, looking to be here for the 3rd time. Kind of like Don Juan van Heerden.
Well, look, the scorecards are finally being given to our ring announcer. I know that the boxers haven't come to the center quite yet.
That didn't take too long.
Nice chat there between Rothman and Sibiya. You're probably showing him a lot of respect. Rothman's a top trainer.
No, Rothman's he's a classy gentleman. Such a nice guy. Great respect for fighters in and out of his camp.
All right, all the boxers will be standing next to the referee. And 8 rounds in the bag. Let's go over to our ring announcer for the official readouts, Dev Kara.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 8 rounds, we go to the judges' scorecards. Rian Janse van Rensburg scores the bout 79-73. Siyabulela Mani 79-75. Cypriel Ndaba 77-75. All to your winner by way of unanimous decision victory, Lucky the Genius Monyebane.
Very, very good decision.